Call the September 17th, 2018 school committee meeting to order. This meeting is being both audio and videotaped. Is anybody else doing such? Seeing and hearing none, can we please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Roll call, starting to my far right.
Kathy Sawyer, Recording Secretary. Pamela Blair, Assistant Superintendent for Business.
Elizabeth Marcy Boucher.
Gordon Smith, Superintendent of Schools.
Rich Ficero.
Gregory Thompson.
Sarah Trulio.
Phil Fonseca.
Jake Brady, student rep.
Thank you all very much. That takes care of item number 1. Item number 2, approval of minutes. 2.1, approval of August 20th, 2018 regular session meeting minutes. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve the August 20th, 2018 regular session meeting minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion? All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Ms. Saletti, we are unanimous. Moving to number 3, committee and subcommittee communications. We'll have lead off from Jake Brady, our student rep.
So the first 3 days of school this year at East Long Meadow High School, the theme was good vibes only, and this theme was spread throughout the high school building as a focus on team building was observed. On Tuesday, the first day of school, students were met walking into their classes by all of the teachers, just generally spreading good vibes, and they were giving high fives and such, and that was a really good experience for many. And then on the Thursday, the third day of school, the seniors took a class trip to Pine Knoll and engaged in some leadership and team building activities, and that was really enjoyable for many students. And the other classes also had some activities at the high school building, so that was really good. And then this past Friday, I believe 4 days ago, in our Spartan Block advisories, we celebrated Constitution Day with a presentation formatted by Mr. Polk, which was on the importance of voting. So students aged 16 years and older had the opportunity to pre-register and register to vote. And I believe this was a huge success. A lot of students online during this time period were able to pre-register and register to vote. And I believe it's a good initiative to encourage good citizenship among our youth. And then
What did you think of the video on student rights? Did you?
Oh yeah.
Many people know about that or not know about that?
In
In terms of what rights students have, what rights?
I feel like a lot of students were surprised by that video.
Yeah, it was an interesting
Yeah, it was
video.
informative, so that was good. And yeah, and then the EHS Key Club sponsored a blood drive, which was on Friday, September 7th. It was held all day from 8 to 3. Students were given passes from their classes to donate blood that day. Students have to be at least 17 years old and weigh at least 120 pounds. But we had a decent turnout of 35 people, so that was good.
Thank you, Jake. Very informative. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Fonseca.
All right, a couple weeks ago, home opener for the football team. They looked good crowd. They won. It was a good night. Very good
Good
crowd,
vibes.
as I said.
Good vibes.
Yeah, good vibes. I'm also planning a Division 5 meeting for Saturday, October 27th at the, up in Northampton at CES, the Career for Educational Services Collaborative up there.
Collaborative for Educational
Collaborative for Educational Services. Still working on the topics, but I'm gonna have to do a resolutions clinic because we've only got 9 of them to go through, so.
Oh.
Mr. Chair, I will be contacting you to get it on the agenda very soon.
Ms. Trulio.
I was able to attend open house at Mountain View. It was very well attended by families. Parents and students were in great spirits. The halls were bustling. The book fair was busy. The children seemed excited to be greeting their teachers and bringing their families along as they explored the school. They participated in a scavenger hunt. I saw Mr. Smith there. So it was a nice event to be able to welcome families back and students back to the school year, and I plan on going to both the Meadowbrook and the high school open house next week.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next year I'm trying to be part of the scavenger hunt. No
Find
one was
you.
hunting for me.
Mr. Thompson.
Just two issues that update folks on. I've heard a few people talking about them, so I wanted to bring them up. One is the entrance into the sports games at the high school at the turf field. And we talked about other students and how they are charged $3 for entry. Current procedure is what I'm told is that those playing the same sport in the same season can now get in. There will be a roster at the gate, and then they
Right.
can get in at no charge.
An athlete within the program.
Within the same program.
Coming
We're going
in.
to look at other opportunities and how we might change or provide no charge for perhaps all the student athletes of that season. The other thing is the field maintenance, just so people know we're on top of it. We have some soccer families represented tonight. The fields were a little bit long to start off the season. We've contacted the Department of Public Works, and as always, they're willing to work with us. And it sounds like we have some sort of compromise in terms of schedule of cutting and length that it will be cut. So we're going to continue to take a look at that. And as always, they take great care of our fields, but if we can give them some feedback, that'll help them better be prepared for when we have athletic events on the field. So those are the two things I just wanted to update folks on. Thank you.
Very well. Ms. Basham?
I went to Birchland's open house. I love that school. It was well attended. The teachers, we're 8th grade this year, and as always, the teachers were enthusiastic. They had a lot of positive things to say, not only about where they work, but the curriculum they're teaching and the kids that they have. And I just think that I think a lot, especially the new staff, not that the old staff don't, but some of the new staff that's coming from other school districts, they just love it there, which is nice. And people younger than me that are working there now, which is great. People who didn't teach me, that's wonderful. Also, the Spartan Spirit Run is on Sunday, and that is through eLeaf. And just go online, they're on Facebook, you can go onto their website and join. I think they might be able to get you in. I don't know if they can get your name on certain stuff, but they certainly would like to have anybody who'd be willing to attend. So.
Thank you, and then I will continue with the positive vibes. I was at Meadowbrook, and I had a chance to talk to the project manager named Charlie about the construction, and I was very taken aback at how positive everybody was. Ms. Lodi told me that the workers are extremely accommodating. They come in second shift. Even when there was trouble as far as car lines and things, they worked around it. The workmanship that this gentleman, Charlie, kind of showed me how detailed, how exacting he's being as far as making sure that it's high quality. The teachers say there's very minimal disruption to their school day. Believe me, it makes the building look new. It looks that nice. I recommend you kind of hook up with this gentleman, Charlie, in the afternoon. You ask him for a tour. It's very impressive what they're doing, and their craftsmanship is outstanding. I think Mr. Blair, Mr. Smith would agree. I was just really just amazed at how positive and how good everything's going there.
Right. Charlie Serrata is employee of Vertex, who's our owner project manager, but he has been incredible.
Yeah.
He's there all the time.
Yeah.
He's at Meadowbrook all the time, and he knows every aspect of that renovation to our windows and doors. And they've had some challenges with wrong product being shipped and so forth. So they're on schedule, and as you said, they're working second shift. And I think Friday they worked right through the evening in order to give their guys a break on Saturday, but they worked till about 2, 3 a.m.
The project is estimated to be finished, was it the end of October?
Early October,
Mid-October?
you might be right. The last part of the project will be the gymnasium, and that's, they're gonna enter the gymnasium in October.
I mean, he was pretty close to 100% guaranteed it would be done on time.
Great.
You know?
Have they
Because
had
of
to
his diligence.
transition any of the classrooms yet, or are they still just?
So what they're
Be able to
doing
avoid that.
is, they build a temporary wall, and then second shift, they do their demolition. The wall is set up, and they have an actual workable door, so similar to a regular classroom. And they finish, when they get into a good rhythm, it's roughly 2 days per classroom.
Cool.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I give you one more, Mr.
Yeah.
Chair? It's just keeping with my theme of athletic activities. Come to find out that at the nighttime, we can turn the lights on at the tennis courts. I didn't know
Yes.
that. There's 2 buttons, if you look at it to the left, silver buttons.
They're out on the panel.
Right, outside the
Outside the
fence,
courts,
to
yep.
the very left front, and right around the back of the sign.
Right.
2 buttons, you can go play tennis until 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, really?
And,
Right.
good to know that. We ended up going to a neighboring town the other night because our lights weren't on,
So is it a
Stay here.
timer?
I believe
Type
as
of
you
a
turn it
timer?
on, it'll stay on for 20 minutes and then you just hit
Just
the button
hit the button
again.
Wow, that's great.
wow.
Nice.
So, good to know.
Good point.
Yeah, definitely.
Those nice courts out there.
There.
Moving to number 4, opportunity for visitors to address the committee. Is there anybody wishes to address our committee? Seeing and hearing them, we're gonna go to presentations. And this is clearly the Miss Pamela Blair show right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
As we go right to
superintendent, I don't go straight to me.
5:2.1, ELHS chorus class.
Yeah, so I
of
figured I'd get it
2018.
all over in one night for
There you
you. A
go.
lot has happened in the last few months, and then with the summer being off, so it's all kind of come to fruition now. The first item is the brick donation. It's from the high school. Dr. Flanagan would like you to accept a $100 check for the donated by the chorus class of 2018 to purchase a brick in honor of Miss Carol Forward.
Do I have a motion, please?
I move to accept the $100 donation from the chorus class of 2018 for a brick in honor of Miss Carol Ford.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? I have one. Where's it
Where's the
going?
brick going?
It's gonna go in the Spartan walkway.
Oh,
out front.
That's what I figured.
Okay.
I kind of assumed that's where it was going.
Are there other, something just to bring up, I think there's some other people who made maybe donations that are wondering where their brick is, so that might be a good.
Oh, I can follow up on
Okay.
that
Yeah.
for you.
Thank you.
Okay?
The funds will be deposited to the gift account.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're unanimous, Mr. Lady. Moving right along with these high action items. 5.2.2, now this is FY17 now.
Yes,
End of the year financial report, I'm emphasizing the year.
yes.
Go ahead, Ms. Blair.
I know, it's always a little crazy. This is FY17. Last year was FY18, and we're now in FY19.
Right.
The reason this is, takes such a long time to do is currently I'm actually just working on the FY18 because we just closed up that fiscal year. Takes me quite a while to do the report. Usually sometime in the spring, the auditors, the outside auditing firm, usually it's Scanlon, comes in and does the audit, and they're always looking to make sure that the school department and the town side are aligned, and if they find any kind of discrepancies, sometimes there could be things, like I said, it's a very big detailed report, and it goes by school, and it goes by DOE codes, and I could easily put something in a wrong column, so they come in and take a look at it, and they always come back with some findings, so I thought I would summarize it for you on the first page here, let you know that amendments have all been done, and do you have any questions?
Well, I just want to comment that there's 6 amendments. One was an error in munis.
Yes.
So for the magnitude of our budget, they have 6 minor errors, is actually errors?
Yeah,
This is
they're
outstanding.
little, years ago, they used to, the outside auditors used to come in and work with the business managers to kind of look over these little tiny things and fix them up, but now they don't do that. They have to list out every little thing. So I'm happy to say that there are not that many here.
So this is really nothing out of the ordinary.
No, this
There's
has to
no
happen
red
every
flags.
year.
Yeah, there's no red flags there.
No, no.
Right.
The only one that they mentioned there, that I just, in case someone looks at that, the $50,000, last year in our budget, as you recall, the town gave us a one-time expenditure, and
Yeah.
that was, the town put it in FY 17 books, and ours was in FY 18, so they just show that.
Interesting, minor.
Pam, just one thing we should clarify with Scanlon.
Sure.
They still have it as the Board of Selectmen in there, and as they address it
Oh.
to us, so just going forward,
Good
it probably is
Yeah.
a document that will be going.
Pays attention to detail. I will
Wow,
pass
I
that
know.
on.
That went right over my head.
Do I have a motion to accept this end of the year FY17 financial report?
Move to accept the FY17 end of the year financial report audit.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Second. Discussion? All those in favor, please say yes.
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 Mr. Lady, we're continuing being unanimous. Okay, keep the action going here, Ms. Blair.
Okay, so now we're on to 5.2.3, which is the fourth quarter ending June 30th for FY18. So as you know, the first 3 quarterly reports during the fiscal year are snapshots of what the budget of what's happening financially in the school district, and this final report shows you what actually did happen in the district. As a reminder, our budget was $29,195,201. If you turn to page 2, you'll see that this is the operating budget. On the top side is the top half is your salary expenses, and on their salary budget lines. And on the bottom half are the expense budget lines. You'll see at the very bottom that going back to the town's general fund is $119,956, of which I would like to mention, this is only 0.004% of our actual budget. And of that amount, about $117,000 has been reallocated by the town for school department capital projects.
Okay.
Wow.
Does anyone have any questions on that right there?
No?
If you go to page 3, you'll see on the top half is the grants. All of the grants have been closed out, well, they've all been zeroed out, except for the Title I, which has 1,313, and that's just going to be rolled into year 2 of Title I. In fact, there are a few of these that I could not actually do an FR1 report on because DESI is giving us a small allocation in October. I don't even know what those amounts are, so I'll be bringing those forward. There's a small one for Title I, Title IIA, I believe even IDEA.
Because there were increases at the end
There
of
are increases, yeah,
FY18.
so when I went to go close my, do an FR1 report, that's what they call it, the FR1, a final report, I couldn't get to it, so I started to reach out, and I then got a letter from DESI, as all districts did, that there's going to be additional allocation, so they call it a year 2 of the FY18 grant.
Okay.
So again, when I get that information, I'll share that with the committee. On the bottom half are the revolving accounts, and these are the accounts such as the athletic revolving, circuit breaker funding, school food service, any of those accounts that roll from one year into the next. As you will see, they are all ending in positive balances, really healthy balances. I would like to make mention that the circuit breaker funding, there was an additional deposit that went in on July 2nd of that $225. It was the 4th quarter payment for FY18, but it didn't actually come in until July 2nd.
So add that to the 282?
That's correct, yes.
It's still 300 less than the carryover from 17.
That's correct, yeah. Which
Typical,
it always
yeah,
fluctuates
okay.
depending on the needs of the, this is to support special education. We all know that
Yeah.
always fluctates,
And I know
so.
we talked about the school food service budget and the
Mm-hmm.
carry forward the last time around. Similar again this year, it's a substantial balance.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to use some of that soon? Is there projections for some of the capital investments? that
Yes,
we've
and I can
discussed
get
in
the
past?
detail for you at the
Okay.
next meeting to let you know the next time I present and work with Lori Paul on that.
What percentage of that carry forward are we looking for capital investments in
I don't
India?
know the
Okay.
percentage. I don't want to give you a percentage,
Do you have
but
a
I don't
number?
exactly know. No, I don't want to give you a number.
Okay.
But I will
In the
find it
future.
out for you,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Look at our
Oh, the only thing I just
kindergarten
was gonna
revolving
say, did everyone
account.
notice the
Oh,
kindergarten
God.
tuition
Do-
Oh,
revolving
Do we have to close
is
that?
gone? It is zeroed out and it is,
So it closes
yes.
automatically, there's no action needed to close
I don't know
a
if I need a
revolving account?
formal, usually when they're zeroed out, I mean, I guess we could
You could formally.
formally
vote
close
to
it
close
out
it.
and,
Right.
yeah. I
We'll never
could
need it
take-
again, or at
No.
least in the foreseeable
right.
future.
We don't know.
As a
Yeah.
reminder
Yeah.
to everyone, we did have funds in there, and last year we had to add an additional kindergarten 2 weeks before school started, and this is how we funded that teaching position. So we were happy that we had the funds to be able to do that. We incorporated that now into our FY19 budget, operating budget, so it is zeroed out.
And we're no longer receiving kindergarten
That's
tuition.
correct, and we haven't in many
Kindergarten
years.
has no tuition now, so.
That's right.
That was a good,
stuff.
the whole thing was good from beginning.
It was, it worked out well.
Yep.
Do I have a motion to accept this FY18 fourth quarter report? Let's do that first.
I move to accept the FY18 fourth quarter report.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
You want to roll, Ms. Saletti? Do you want to take a vote on the kindergarten revolving account?
Sure, move to
Thompson.
close the kindergarten tuition revolving account.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Further discussion? All those in favor, please say yes.
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 And
Should
we have once
probably
again.
let Sarah and Denise know
Oh,
about that
absolutely.
action, yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
Thank you.
All
They
right,
usually
Miss-
want minutes, so I'll wait till they're
Yeah.
typed
Okay.
up, and then Mrs. Saletti and I work together, and we'll get those over
Perfect.
there.
All right, Ms. Blair, 5.3.4, student activity account audit.
So, let's see. So this is a big report. Well, because we had the auditors come in, I'd like to say that I started back in 2016 to kind of work. It was after my first year here, and I knew that every 3 years, student activity accounts are supposed to be, if they're over $25,000 worth of expenditures, activity, they're supposed to be audited. So we've always done that. But it became very apparent that I was not going to have the time I really needed to hone in on, especially the bigger schools. So we reached out to Scanlon, and it took us a little while to get it set up, but we finally did. I believe it was, what did I say, April of 2018, they did the audits of all 5 of the schools. That was as of the February 28th, because there has to be a cutoff time, so we waited for the most recent statements to come in and all of that. All in all, things are very good. I monitor things on a monthly basis with the student activities. Again, when auditors come in, they're always looking, there's always room for improvement. So what I've tried to do is to summarize everything for you here. I wanted to remind you that I had mentioned and you had approved back in the spring that 2 accounts that were in the student activity accounts, Family Consumer Science Cafe East and Little Big Kids Nursery School, both have now been set up as revolving accounts. Well, there was an additional 3rd one that I didn't realize. They were going to suggest that we set up as a revolving account, so that is the entrepreneurship. So I'll be asking for a vote on that after, okay?
So going forward,
Yep.
our understanding is that the high school virtual pod will be continually audited once a
Yep.
year by independent firm.
That's right.
Correct? You personally will do Meadowbrook, Mountain View, and Maple Shade.
That's right.
So that's in place now?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
Picture commission monies, it just took me a second to register that.
Yeah, because it was a little inconsistent, some going in one account, some
Okay.
going, so now it's all going to go into, where did I say it was
Gift
going to
account.
go? Thank you, the gift
The gift
account.
account.
Yeah, so across the
There's
board.
one gift account, is that per school?
Per school,
Each
each
school,
school,
each
and that's a
school.
revolving, yes. Each school
Each
has
school has a
theirs.
gift account.
So they will all consistently be going into
They'll get their
each
own.
school's gift account, yes.
So should we vote today at some point for the entrepreneurship one?
Yeah, well, that's
It's
on
on
the
the
agenda.
agenda.
I'll
Okay.
guide you, it's on the
Okay.
agenda.
Thank you, though.
Any further questions from Ms. Blair on this? Make a motion to accept the student activity account audit.
I move to accept the student activity account audit.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Discussion? All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
No one's opposed. Now, the next 2 are spin-offs from what Ms. Blair just presented. The first spin-off is the creation of a revolving account for the entrepreneurship program. Ms.
There.
Blair, Beth,
My phone is on top of it.
make the motion, Ms.
I move to create a revolving account for the entrepreneurship program.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Thank you all very much. The next spin-off, 5.2.6, if you look, we have a revised form of event financial report. And Ms. Blair, want to explain the revision there?
Sure. So as you know, last year, we had created a new form to approve the
Fundraiser.
thank you, fundraisers. And this was an additional form that was already in the packet, the event financial report. And in the audit, they had mentioned that was a little inconsistent. Not all of the schools were using it. So I'm really, communicating with them that this must come in at every fundraiser. But because we do want to track that information for the school committee, we want to bring a nice report forward, we added that at the bottom here, the reason for the fundraiser, whether the fundraiser is a school fundraiser or charitable. So again, to keep it consistent with the other approval form that we created. So just looking for you to accept this so I can get it in place for everyone to use for any of the events that go through student
To
activity.
visualize it working, so if the senior class is doing a fundraiser, that would be a school fundraiser, that'd be checked.
That's right.
However, if the Key Club is doing a fundraiser for Loaves and Fishes, then they would check the charitable fundraiser, and okay,
That's right.
that's a differentiation, okay.
Are you finding the rest of the form is working?
Yes,
Okay.
yes it is. So I just felt that we needed to add that, so we stayed consistent, get the same information, make sure that, I get a nice report back to the school committee.
So this is pre-fundraising event, this form, correct?
No, the other one is really the
The other one is
approval.
pre, this is the
This
post.
is-
This is after, yeah.
This is
'cause
the
I-
one we want the information from.
Yeah.
Okay, good point, thank you.
Thank
Anything
you.
else? Motion to approve the revised form for event financial reporting.
Can I just stop on it?
Sure.
I know we talked the other day about the profit and loss question.
Yeah,
So I just want to make sure that's clear enough that the intention of that was to see how much of a SEDS fundraiser directly benefit students of East Long Meadow versus the
Outside
money that
charitable
doesn't go
organizations,
to
yeah.
East Long Meadow. So a fundraiser that raises $10,000, $9,000 goes to the school, $1,000 to materials
The
or
vendor.
whatever. That's the information that I'm looking for. Are we comfortable that this will provide us with that information based on profit and loss and the check one school fundraiser or charitable fundraiser, right? That's the
Well,
intent.
and then we added dollar amount of funds raised that will directly benefit the school. I
Oh, that
added
was
that in,
added.
that,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay,
We thought that that
I'm
would
good.
take care of
I know you
it.
were that good, huh?
except I missed it, so I guess I'll do that again.
Okay,
Move to accept the revised form for event financial report.
I have a motion, I have a second.
Second?
Thank you. Further discussion? All
Thank
those in
you.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Ah, unanimous again. And you want to roll here, Miss Blair?
I thought I was done.
No, you
Oh, I
are.
have one more.
Grants?
It's not in my
I
packet.
think next, I
Did I
think
move
next
it?
time.
Oh,
the
here we go.
PowerPoints will also-
All right. I thought I was done. Here we go. So every year I need the school committee to approve the grants that come into the district. As we know, if we didn't have these grants, this would be added to our operating budget. So we're really lucky that we do get all of these grants. One note I want to make a correction on here, and I do apologize. The second grant there, the IDEA grant, that is an incorrect figure. It is 781,157. So the grand total at the bottom of all of the grants is 1543251.
Yeah, $6,000 difference.
Yes. Obviously, I was trying to get things, a lot of things ready for this meeting, and I missed that. I did add a few grants on the second page there that were new to us this year, the Project Lead the Way for the high school and the Project Lead the Way from Maple Shade, as well as that WPI STEM Center Massey Ambassador. Everything else are the same grants that.
And these were all anticipated when
Yes.
the sources for.
That's
budget.
right.
And they're in line amount-wise, from anticipated amount?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll move that we approve the FY19 grant.
I have a motion, I have a second.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion?
Thank
All
you.
those in favor? We say
Yes.
yes?
Yes.
Okay, we're unanimous again, Ms. Liddy. Moving to new business, before we do anything, I want you to look at 7.1 to 7.4, they're all asking for reps. I'd like to talk about this in totality and then vote. So we have para negotiations, secretary negotiations, custodial negotiations, and the East Long Meadow 125th Birthday Committee, and we need a school rep for that. So there's 4 open positions there. Now, Bill, you've already done the designer one, correct? You picked that up last meeting?
Yeah.
So where do people want to go here?
I'll do custodians.
You want to do custodians,
Yep.
Beth?
Yeah.
Is that gonna work time-wise, schedule-wise, after
Maybe.
school, Gordon, you think?
we
We can certainly do it after school.
Okay.
I can
Okay.
skid in at 3.
Sarah, you wanna crack at one of these? Any interest?
What are the schedules looking like for either the paras or the secretaries?
Paras we would do after school as well. It's generally, they'll have reps from Meadowbrook, which would be after 3:15.
Okay, I can take a.
Which one are you gonna
take a
do?
look at the paras.
Well, get pause here for a minute. I can't do secretaries because I'm too close to the secretary.
But I did secretaries last time, so I'm willing to take that on again, that's not a problem.
Oh, okay.
If, let everything else flesh out, but I remember the last time, 3 years ago, you said that, I
Yeah.
took it on, so, I'll just put that
And when
out
would the
there.
secretaries be meeting?
Secretaries,
It'll be after school till 4 o'clock.
yeah, they're all
Yeah.
after school.
Take
It
it out of
depends
school.
on whether they have reps from
Yeah.
Meadowbrook that are on the
Well, I
negotiations
think
committee.
Lisa's the
I can work
president
on
of
it.
the high school.
As long as it's later
Sure.
in the day.
Well, whatever.
The one
Yeah.
item that I would add is that the paraprofessional negotiations is just looking at wage due to the fact that there is a clause in their contract that should the state increase the minimum wage, which the state has done, and they will start January 1st in 2019, that we would open up the discussions again on wage. So nothing else in the contract is open for
Okay,
discussion.
so where are you? You like to do what?
I said I would take on the para negotiations if,
Okay, that's Sarah. Greg
So
and
that's-
Bill?
That's this one,
Secretary.
that's the wage one.
yes.
Okay, Greg and
It's
Bill?
not a full negotiation, it's
It's
just like
just
a.
specific to the
Yeah.
one.
Just to the wage.
Good warm
Sure.
up for you.
Like I said, I'll take secretaries again, it doesn't matter.
What about the birthday committee?
If that meets later in the day, I don't mind doing that too.
Well,
That's,
it's,
that's
whatever.
a, that's a town committee?
That's
Daytime?
third Mondays at 3 PM.
Third Monday. at
Typically,
3
third Monday of the month
p.m.
at 3
I
PM.
can do that. Unless somebody has a
I
burning
just want to spread it
desire.
out a little bit. Do you have interest in anything, Mr. Thompson? No?
I'm here if you need me, but I don't necessarily need to do that one, I don't need to do that one.
You can do 3, Beth?
Whatever.
I can do,
Pick
I'll
one.
do the birthday and
Birthday?
the
Wait,
custodians.
wait, who's got the secretary?
I said I would take the
Okay,
secretary.
thank you, Bill. Okay, the birthday committee, you wanna do that, Beth?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll be your backup, okay, just in case
Okay.
you can't make it. So what
You
is
have to
it?
have a good singing voice.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, so I'm gonna take these one at a time now. I need a motion for the school committee rep for para negotiations.
I move to have Sarah Trulio be the parent, the rep, school committee rep for the para reopening negotiations. That
I
one.
have a motion, I have a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
So we are okay, unanimous there. 7.2, the rep for secretary's negotiation, a motion.
I move to appoint Bill Fonseca as the school committee rep for secretary's negotiations.
A motion, I have a second.
Second?
Discussion, all those in favor, please say yes.
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 Yes, we're unanimous.
I'm gonna abstain, just because I am.
Okay.
Okay,
Long story, don't worry about it,
you're gonna abstain.
later.
Let her abstain.
Okay, so
It's okay.
I want to go unanimous the whole meeting.
It is unanimous.
No, no, she's abstaining.
It's not for negative reasons at all, is it?
Okay, 7.3.
40-1.
Sorry.
A rep for custodial negotiations, do I have a motion?
I'll move to appoint Mrs. Marzian Boucher as the school committee rep for custodian negotiations.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Are you going to accept this one, Beth?
Yes.
Okay. All those in favor, please say yes.
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 And a highlight, the rep for the birthday, was it East Long Meadow's 125th birthday committee?
That is so
Do I
exciting.
have a motion for that,
Move
please?
to appoint Beth as the school committee rep for the East Long Meadow 125th birthday committee.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say yes.
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 We are, wow, that's fantastic. Now, we are going to 7.5. But by the way, Ms. Slade, did you get all that?
I did.
I know it was moving very fluently, except when Beth broke the momentum, but that's okay. Okay, 7.6, the Birchland Park,
7-5.
7.5, thank you. 6th grade field trip, Nomads Outdoor Adventure Park in South Windsor, Connecticut. Okay, Mr. Smith, want to
So
explain
in-
this?
Yes, in your packet, you have an outline for the 6th grade to go to a team building field trip at the Nomads Outdoor Adventure Park. And as you look through it, you see that the principal highlights that it allows not only the grade to come together, but it's also allowing the entire grade and the advisors to look at the 5 competencies of social emotional education, self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. So Dr. Allen has supported this trip, and since it's in Connecticut, going out of state, they're looking for your approval.
It stays the whole grade, but it's only 100 students.
It's half, it's probably one team.
Yeah. one
Why
team.
isn't the other team going?
It's not fair, I'm gonna say it, it's not
Okay.
fair.
I'm a little
My
uncomfortable.
daughter's still waiting to go on a good field trip. I'm being a little obnoxious.
So it's
Yeah,
one
one
team.
team is chosen to do it, so the other kids might do something else, Rich.
Right.
Equally cool.
My
So
guess
it's
is
only-
the other team
Or
will
not.
do something else. This is what this team has put forward.
Is it only the sixth, it's only the sixth grade, right?
No, it's one
Only
team.
half,
It's
it's only
only
half.
Oh,
grade,
half,
yes.
And
okay.
that's my concern, I think Ms. Boucher is also saying it's her concern, it's only half the grade.
Yeah.
I know they're separate teams, but I'd like in the future for all, each.
It should be.
I think that there should be more cohesiveness with the field trips, because you have one team that maybe doesn't go on any field trips,
Right.
and you have another team that might go
Well-
on two or three, and you might have, and that's hard for kids to watch and see.
Well, you're talking about team building and they kind of,
Yeah.
It's-
Team and a half.
yeah,
Well, it didn't, remember, because this team travels as a team
well,
through
yeah,
all
but,
their academic.
but I'd rather see it, the team as
The
whole.
other team in the 6th grade may also be doing something that they're just not, right now, they don't have a field trip.
Can you let us know if they're?
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what's
Be very
going on.
positive.
And are there other field trips planned that, while this is social emotional and and taking on those learning competencies? Are there other field trips that are planned or scheduled?
Regarding
That
the
are gonna
social
be-
competencies?
No, they're gonna be tied to academics?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, oh,
yes,
yeah.
So how many, in terms of that, how many days would you be looking at per team to be outside?
Generally, Birchland does not take a huge amount of field trips. Your elementary schools will go down to the Connecticut Science Museum. That's a big one in terms of academics.
I'm sorry, I meant specific to Birchland.
Right.
How many days are we looking at in terms of being out of the classroom?
They don't.
Not that many, no.
No,
They have
they
the
don't.
But
grade,
there
they have
are
the
others
grade
that are
A end of the
academic
year
in
trip.
nature.
Well, that's
For
the
sixth
end of it, that's the end of the year.
Sixth grade,
My
Well,
I'd
daughter's
have
an
to, I'd
eighth
have to review
grader.
that to take a look.
Yeah,
and
just
see.
to make sure that there's a
My
balance.
daughter's an eighth grader and she's gone on one half-day field trip.
Which was academic.
Very academic.
In 3 years?
Yeah, there's nothing.
Nothing.
In 3 years, you mean? One in 3
Well,
years?
in 2 full years.
2 years, yeah, 2 years,
Till
2
now.
a month.
And this year there's the Washington trip, but that's cost prohibitive. That's
Yeah.
like
Right.
$750.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
huge.
That's eighth
That-
grade.
That's
And
huge
it's
money.
eighth grade, yeah.
Yeah,
Just making
Okay.
sure
And
there's
it's
that
awesome.
balance.
It's awesome.
Right.
it is.
It is.
Yeah, no, you have a good point.
If we're
So
missing-
this is a really amazing opportunity though for these kids. This place is really great because I've been there, not up there, but I've been there, so, yeah.
So you won't go up there?
Oh, can I have a motion then, please?
Move to approve the Berkshire Park Middle School 6th grade field trip to Nomads Outdoor Adventure Park, South Windsor, Connecticut, October 22nd, 2018.
Have a motion, have a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And now pickleball. On our tennis course, we now have lights and everything. Yes.
I can play pickleball.
So apparently pickleball is one of the fastest growing sports in the United States. At least according to the group that's very interested in it in East Long Meadow. No, but that actually
No, it
is
is.
something that is growing nationwide. So we did have a group of pickleball enthusiasts who approached first the recreation department and then later in the summer approached the school department regarding the possibility of adding pickleball lines to our tennis courts at the high school. As we did some research, as you can see highlighted here by Mr. McGee, our athletic director, the high school actually has been doing a pickleball unit for the past 18 years. And what they do is they go out and they use tape to tape the lines on the court. And then obviously when the unit's done, they remove the tape. Since we do have parents that are, and families that are interested in playing pickleball, the recommendation is to take one court and put more permanent lines using Cape Cod Island Tennis and Track, the group that actually put in the tennis courts, and have them put permanent lines down on one court.
Cost you what, $9.90?
It costs $9.90, and that'd be something that, since both the Recreation Department and the School Department are recommending this, we'd probably take it out of the rental athletic.
So the high school supports this, the rec department supports this, the council on aging
Council on
supports it.
Aging also supports it. Sorry, thank you for mentioning that. They've had a group where pickleball enthusiasts, roughly 59 people, who through the last 15 months played pickleball 723 times.
Where are they playing it?
Well, without the lines, you
They're just
actually,
guessing?
they modify and use the service
Okay.
boxes.
All right.
What is the revolving account, the rental revolving?
39,000, is it 39?
Yeah,
We're gonna need that to work on the fields a little bit more.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do I have a motion?
What's the plan with the net for the pickleball?
So with this one court, we would use or leave the net crank out there and allow the net to be reduced, I think it's 1 or 2 cranks
Cranks.
down. Because it is a smaller net for pickleball.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We have a motion here, 7.6, pickleball lines to be added to one tennis court at ELHS.
And are we approving the expenditure as well?
That would help.
Yeah,
From the athletic
990.
rental account?
Yeah, the
Well, half of
the
it,
athletic rental revolving that
Is
we
that where it
share.
came from?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one that is in the recreation school department agreement.
Okay.
Okay.
And since this is a joint
So that's a district-wide
recommendation.
rental.
Yeah. Well, no, it's the athletic.
Is that a revolving account?
Yeah.
All right.
Not the revolving, athletic rental.
The
revolving.
rental account.
And are we, athletic rental revolving account, are we expending half, $495? Are we splitting with rec?
Well,
We
the
don't know.
money there goes back to items that benefit both schools and rec. That's the.
Oh, in the rental account?
In the- yeah.
So it's all coming from the rental account?
Right.
Yes.
Get that whole
Okay.
motion?
I'll move that we approve the painting of pickleball lines and approve the contract to Cape and Island Tennis and Track in the amount of $990 to be taken from the athletic rental revolving account.
Have a motion, have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? And that's for one tennis court, just one tennis court.
One tennis court.
Yeah.
Which one is for, the
The back one.
back far corner?
Right.
Okay.
Do they ever do the, I know this is going back a lot of years now, do they ever do the board on the back?
They brought it back up, the tennis association had brought it back up in July. I responded and said we're still interested if they would like to do that.
Okay.
And I have not gotten a response since.
Okay, because they might not want to put it where the pickleball goes,
True.
you know?
Good
just-
point.
Yeah, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, no, I
there.
wasn't sure if it was already up, or it never
Yeah.
happened, or, okay.
Need a vote?
We need a vote.
All those in favor, please say yes.
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 We're unanimous again. Want to thank Mr. Mackey, as always, for his expertise in filming us and making us look good. And Mr. Jake Grady, thank you again for being here. We look forward to seeing you again. With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
You want to abstain, Beth?
No, fresh.
Okay.